Hello everyone, here is a question based on Avogadro's law. When 1 decimeter cube of CO2 gas is passed over hot coke, that means pure carbon, the volume of gaseous mixture after complete reaction at STP becomes 1.4 decimeter cube. That means the total volume is becoming 1.4 decimeter cube. The composition of the gaseous mixture at the STP is how much? Now we have CO2 gas that is reacting with the pure carbon, which is called hot coke, so which is a solid, and then we are getting CO gas. In order to balance the equation, we have to multiply carbon monoxide with 2 because we have 2 carbon atoms on the reactant side, 2 oxygen atoms on the reactant side. So therefore, if we multiply carbon monoxide with 2, then we can balance the equation. This means when we have 1 mole of CO2 and 1 mole of carbon, we should get 2 moles of CO. That's the stoichiometry. Here, volume ratio is equal to mole ratio. That is the Avogadro's law, because you have to think in terms of molar volume. At STP, for any gaseous substance, the molar volume will be 22.71 liter per mole, isn't it? For any gaseous substance at STP. So, what is the initial volume of CO2 here? Initial volume of CO2 here is 1 decimeter cube, that is 1 liter. What is the volume of CO2 reacted? Volume of CO2 reacted is X. So in that case, what is the volume of CO2 remaining? Volume of CO2 remaining would be 1 minus X, isn't it? What would be the volume of CO produced? If X moles of CO2 is reacting, how many moles of CO we would get? 2 moles, isn't it? Because if we have 1 mole, here we should get 2 moles. If we have 4 moles here, then we should get 8 moles, because that's the stoichiometry here. Therefore, what would be the volume of CO produced? Volume of carbon monoxide produced would be 2x, isn't it? Therefore, total volume is equal to 1 minus x plus 2x, and that is equal to 1.4 decimeter cube. So therefore 1 plus x is equal to 1.4 decimeter cube. This means x is equal to 0.4 decimeter cube. Therefore, if we substitute the x value back, then we can get how many moles of CO2 is there and how many moles of CO is there. Volume of CO2 remaining is 1 minus x, isn't it? Volume of CO2 remaining is 1 minus x, and therefore this is equal to 1 minus 0.4. So therefore 0.6 decimeter cube. This is for CO2. And then volume of CO produced is 2x. This means 2 times 0.4. So therefore 0.8 decimeter cube. That is for CO. So CO2 is 0.6 and CO is 0.8. So CO is 0.8, CO2 is 0.6. This means option 3 is correct.